Good evening. Welcome to Current Affairs. Yesterday, Election Commission has submitted a memorandum to the Supreme Court, and that particular memorandum says that any convicted person, any convicted person should be barred completely for life term from contesting in any election. Otherwise, what happens? The people. So there are many of them, even today also, so many members in the parliament and so many members in the various state legislatures, they are accused. So they are accused of various crimes. So, but the moment the conviction has been established by the judiciary, those people should not be permitted to contest in the elections. They might have been given the sentence for 4 years, and after 4 years again 6 more years will be the disqualification. Like this it will be there. But what happens after 10 years? So right, so meaning, will they be permitted to contest in the elections again? As far as the present rules are concerned, they are very much permitted. But the election commission requested the Supreme Court to issue such an order saying that once a person is convicted of any crime, and that sentence, if it is 2 or more than 2 years, that particular person should be barred from contesting the elections in his life, should not be permitted to contest in the elections. Otherwise, when we look at our parliament, when we look at our state legislatures, they are considered to be the temples of the democracy, because in the parliament, in the state legislatures, the laws that are required for the nation are the laws that are required for the nation, and the laws that are required for the various states are, this created. And those laws are made by this, unfortunately, the so-called the people who have been accused of various crimes. So that is the reason why, for quite long period of time, there is a discussion that if a person is accused, he should not be allowed to contest. If the person is convicted, he should not be allowed to contest. So, but with respect to the accusation, they are being permitted to contest in the elections even today also. But one strong step has to be that once a person has been convicted, that person should not be permitted to contest in any form of elections in future in his or her lifetime. Clear? But otherwise, if you go back to the year 2013, in the month of July, the Supreme Court has given the historical judgment saying that if a person is convicted by any court for 2 or more than 2 years, that person will be disqualified immediately. Clear? In previous classes also, I was telling you that after this judgment, the first person who was disqualified was Rashid Masood of Congress Party. At that time, he was a Rajya Sabha member, and after the judgment of the Supreme Court, this person has been convicted by a lower court, and he was disqualified immediately, and followed by Lalu Prasad Yadav. And in the recent past also, so we saw, certain cases with respect to, there's a departed leader, Mrs. Jayalalitha. Clear? So like this, this is what is happening in India since the year 2013. But one step further, it has been moved by the election commission. Election commission has expressed its opinion saying that once a person is convicted, should not be permitted to contest in any form of elections in future. So this is one of the, this beautiful steps, if it is really taken, and hopefully to strengthen our democracy, these stringent steps must be taken by the nation. Clear? And with respect to election commission, certain basic points. We have one central election commission, and in each state you have the state election commission, which was created through the 73rd Amendment Act, right? And the responsibility of the central election commission is to conduct the elections for president, vice president, Lok Sabha elections, Rajya Sabha elections, and various state legislative assemblies elections, followed by legislative council elections. Meaning, Central Election Commission will conduct 6 types of elections. Clear? Recently also, we have observed the elections that were conducted in 5 different states, and the 5 different state assemblies. and those elections are conducted by this central election commission. Clear? And with respect to the state election commission, the responsibility is to conduct the elections of panchayati raj and municipalities plus cooperative bodies, right? So, and kindly remember these points. And I have some more information with me, and I would like to show you that information. Kindly have a look at this. Look at this. Election Commission said that convicted people's representatives must be banned permanently from contesting elections. It also recommended that the same should be applicable to the administrators and also the people who belong to the judicial services. And in general, it's a question. Chief Election Commissioner, you must be knowing this, Syed Nazim Ahmad Zaidi, and present election commissioners. So there is one chief election commissioner and two other election commissioners, right? And they are Mr. A.K. Jyoti and Mr. Om Prakash Rawat, right? So these are the three members who are present in the election commission. One is the chief election commissioner. Kindly look at the name, remember the name, maybe a question in any examination. Clear? Always there in the news, especially whenever the elections are happening, this will be there in the news. And very soon we are also going to have elections for the president and also the vice president, right? And look at this, the election commission will conduct elections to the office of the president, vice president, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, assemblies and the legislative councils. The term of the current president and vice president is going to come to an end. Very soon, India is going to, elect its president and vice president. So with respect to that, how exactly the election of the president and vice president will happen, that very soon I'll take a special session on that, and I'll give you the complete picture with respect to the election of the president and vice president. And I would like to inform you one thing. Tomorrow, that is March 22nd, 2017. Tomorrow evening, 9 o'clock. Tomorrow evening, 9 o'clock, I am going to give a seminar on IAS 2018. So very soon we are going to start a batch with respect to IAS, that is for the year 2018. And that batch is going to be started from May 1st, 2017 onwards. Kindly remember this batch, the students who are joining this batch, they will be writing the examination in the year 2018. Clear? Almost, this is more than 1 year in advance, you are starting your preparation. Clear? And we'll take care that every subject is completed very efficiently, very effectively, and with lots of quality. And by the end of the course, maybe by 7 months or 7.5 months, so you will completely feel confident, and that you'll be geared up to write this examination, so with lots of confidence. So those steps, that entire this process and procedure with respect to the new batch that is going to be started, everything I am going to tell you tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the evening. And everybody who is interested, so please join me for the seminar. And after watching the seminar, if you have any doubts, you may contact me. Clear? You may contact me, and you may mail me, and if you want to meet me, you may come down and you may personally meet me, right? And the rest of the details I'll give it to you tomorrow, right? So that is March 22nd, 2017, evening 9 o'clock, right? Next, we'll discuss about the concept of happiness. What exactly is this happiness? I am going to discuss with you with respect to happiness index, a world happiness index. What do you mean by this? Everybody loves to be very, very happy. And generally, some people will think that the people, who have lots of money, they are the happiest people on the earth. Somebody will think that, the people who have, lots of assets, jewelry and everything, so they are the happiest people. Somebody thinks that, the politicians who are occupying the higher positions are the happiest people. Maybe the prime minister, maybe the chief minister. All right, so like this, so this is a general thinking. And some people think that IAS people, IPS officers, these are the happiest people. So like this, that all varies, from the perception, from person to person, because there is a variation in the perception. But in the year 2012, so a decision has been taken to list out to give the ranks of various countries based on the happiness. Meaning, wherever lots of happiness is present in any country, that country is ranked at the number one position. That country is ranked at number one position, and as the happiness levels are decreasing, the rank will increase. Meaning, the country which is ranked at number one position is the country which is the happiest country in that particular year. As the number is increasing, the happiness will decrease. Clear? And last year, that is the year 2016, if you look at India, India was ranked at 118th position, 118th position. And obviously, what happens? We think that, this year, 2017, it could have moved up at least by a few ranks. But for our surprise, what happened? India has been slipped by, these four steps. Meaning the latest scenario, kindly remember India's rank with this World Happiness Index. From 118, it has been slipped down to 122nd position. Am I clear? And at the first position, you have a country called Norway. Clear? And you have India at 122nd position, and Central Africa has been ranked at the last position. Clear? But what is the criteria? How do you decide? Where you will have the concept of this happiness, how exactly you measure it. Clear? So those things we'll see. But kindly remember, the concept of the happiness index was started in the year 2012. 2012. So rest of the points I'll show it to you now. Please have a look at this. Look at this. World Happiness Report. The first World Happiness Report was published in April 2012 in support of the United Nations high-level meeting on happiness and well-being. Since then, the world has come a long way. Increasingly, happiness is considered to be the proper measure of social progress and the goal of public policy. What is that? Hope you are able to understand here. Happiness is considered to be the proper measure of the social progress. Social progress is happening in the society, and the goal of the public policy, they are being reflected in the form of the happiness. That is the reason why happiness is considered in this manner. Clear? Next, I'm moving further. Have a look at this. In February 2017, that is last month, the United Arab Emirates held a full-day World Happiness meeting as a part of the World Government Summit. And World Happiness Day is celebrated on March 20th. Kindly remember this, because this concept is gaining importance. So in any examination, there may be a question with respect to this. This when this World Happiness Day is celebrated. Once again, back at the United Nations, again published by Sustainable Development Solutions Network, and now supported by a generous 3-year grant from the Ernesto Illy Foundation. Some lights are as follows. Look at this. What are the highlights? Norway has been ranked at the first position. Kindly look at this. Norway was ranked at number 4 position last year, and Norway is topping the list now. And Norway is followed by Denmark, Iceland, and Switzerland. Meaning at number 1 position, I have Norway. Number 2, Denmark. Denmark, which was at number 1 position, it lost its position to Norway just by a few points. followed by Iceland and Switzerland in a tightly packed bunch. Look at this. Look at this. United States of America, which was ranking 13th position last year, 2016. Maybe because of this Trump effect, it has been slipped down by one position. So now this is at 14th position. And look at India. India is ranked at 122nd position. I am talking about the latest report of 2017. Look at this. In the year 2016, that is last year, India was at number 118th position. Okay, kindly remember this. So instead of improving, it has been deteriorated for India. And with respect to China, our neighbor, it is ranked at 79th position, and Central Africa has been ranked at the last position, that is 155th position. So please remember Norway, please remember India, and also remember, this is Central Africa, which has been ranked at the last position. But how do you measure this? What are the factors? Look at this. Caring, freedom, generosity, honesty, health, income, and good governance. So these are the factors that will be taken into consideration while calculating while measuring the, this happiness index. Am I clear? Very, 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 very important. It is not just the money that is flowing in the country, but all the things. So what is the caring? How much freedom that has been provided? And what is the generosity levels, honesty levels, health conditions, income levels, good governance? All these factors will be taken into consideration. So to measure the so-called happiness. One important question related to the same thing. Which of the following state in India is the first to have happiness department? It was created by Madhya Pradesh government. It is a Ministry of Happiness, right? And the credit must be given to the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. Clear? And please remember this, it may be a question in any examination. Last year also I discussed this point with you, and please have a look at this once again, and remember this is Madhya Pradesh. Am I clear? Yes. Right. So that's all for the day. I'll see you tomorrow exactly at 9 o'clock in the evening. So with a seminar on IAS 2018. Every interested candidate, please don't miss this opportunity, and I'll give you the complete roadmap. What are the steps that we are going to take? Right, everything every year by year, this whatever the quality that we have started with, right? So our journey, so that quality levels are increasing. Clear? That quality levels are increasing, so by the whole team. And kindly remember one thing. So with respect to the team always plays a very, very crucial role. That is the reason why since beginning I am a person who gives highest priority to the quality and commitment of the members. So it is not just one person who is very qualitative or something. So I'll take every care that every person who is delivering on our platform on onlineias.com, so that person is a person with the highest quality. Clear? And if there are any drawbacks because of anything, I'll just replace the person. So this the existing students, you already knew this. So this is the commitment level, so with which I always work, and I work for the quality, and I work so with the quality, right? And I'll see you tomorrow exactly at 9 o'clock in the evening. Take very good care. Thank you so much for being with me this evening. Good night.